Okay, so this is the final part. So we have just one more program to show. Two more, excuse me. One of them for decrement and increment operators. So this one here we can say please enter any number. C in the num. We can have it this way, cout num plus plus, cout plus plus num, cout num minus minus, cout minus minus num. Okay. So before we proceed, let's mark our lines here. So this is the postfix. This is prefix. This is postfix and prefix. So let's just say the user enters the number 5 as an example. So this line should output what value? 5. Because cout is using the number first and then incrementing it. So the output strictly is 5. However, the num value goes to 6. So keeping that in mind, if you say cout plus plus num, you change the number first, then output. So because of the line previous, the value of num is 6, it then goes from 6 to 7. And conversely with the postfix, decrement, you output the number which is 7, then decrement it back to 6, and then decrementing it first will bring it back down to 5. So that should be the output. So let's see. Program and compile. So any number 5. There you go. So even just one more example using even a negative number, -5. So just know that a negative number increased by 1 might still be negative. So that just goes to show the increment operators as a good example. So the final example here is a classic program entitled Change in Coins. So a lot of people, might thank me at some point because this is probably a homework assignment. So I'm sure the teachers are going to hate me. But we have, please enter the change needed. So the reason it's an integer is because it's easier to work with. So even if somebody needs $3.10 in change, they can enter 310. Same effect. Okay. But most of the time, maybe you might enter value 75, 98, whatever works. So we have variables here, Q, D, N, P, for quarters, dimes, nickels, and pennies respectively. So how do you get the quarters? Well, the quarter value is obtained by dividing the x by 25. And the new value of x is x mod 25, because that's the remainder. So, as an example, just as the above, say the user enters 73 cents. Well, what's going to happen? 73 divided by 25 in terms of an integer is 2. So 2 is going to be placed with Q. And the remainder of 73 mod 25 should be whatever's left. I was hoping somebody would tell me the answer. Okay, the answer is 23. So, to continue in the similar process, the dime value is taken by the current x dividing by 10. But now remember, the x from the line above is 23. So 23 divided by 10 is again 2. And now this one's easy. X mod 10. So the remainder, since now the x is only 23, 23 mod 10 has a remainder of 3. So the nickel value is again obtained by x divided by 5. But you don't need nickels. Why? Because there's only 3 cents left. So your pennies now, or the remainder, is x mod 5. So here, the penny value equals 3. So does it work? Well, just go in reverse. 2 quarters, as denoted here, is 50 cents. 2 dimes is 20 cents. So right now we have 70. 0 nickels is 0. And 3 pennies is 3 cents. So 50 plus 20 plus 3 is indeed 73 cents. So now we have our output here. We can just say, some fanciness here. I'm sorry, dimes, excuse me. Nickels. Pennies. And the last endo. Okay, so running this program after it compiles, let's see if we get that output. 73. And indeed we get the correct output. So this will work with anything. So we do it again, we need 100. Well, the answer should be 4 quarters. There it is. And let's do a really big number. Say we need $10.44 and change. Well, 40 quarters is $10, so that's a good start. The extra quarter is $10.25. A dime is $10.35. A nickel is $10.40, and the 4 pennies. So the output is indeed correct. And sorry about that, I got cut off there. So this will work for any number, and the integer is just the representation of the change. So that excuse me, that concludes the 3-part tutorial on operators. And tutorial 4, now that you know how to operate on variables, you need to start making some decisions. It will introduce decision making, and also because of that, sharpen your knowledge of certain operators mentioned in, well, all 3 tutorials.